We have some disturbing news from Mamdani because he just unveiled a transition team that is so wildly questionable because it's filled with almost no government experience while at the same time being riddled with old establishment faces. It is just super weird. And while that's happening, liberal brains everywhere are melting like ice cream in the middle of summer because the shutdown has finally come to an end. A shutdown that even CNN has admitted the Democrats caused. And the cherry on top of all of this, well, the end of Schumer's reign seems to be very, very near. And I want to talk about it. So welcome back to the Adam C. Moreno Show. Please like, subscribe, turn on the bell, and let's jump right in. First order of business. I shaved because I was sick of people saying that I look like Zohran Mamdani's twin. All right. More importantly, my wife said it was time. But now to some more pressing news. CNN just said the quiet part out loud that the Democrats were the ones who were causing the shutdown. Look for yourself.
We've got plenty more on the other side. We will talk much more about this. Again, you're looking live at the Senate floor as the Democratic filibuster has been broken. We have so far reached 60. We're waiting for the official count. But right now,
The what? The Democratic filibuster has been broken. But you know what else has been broken during all of this? Yes, that is right. The spirits of those who lied to you and told you that all this nonsense was for virtually nothing and it was all caused by Republicans, which is just so not true. Because if Republicans are responsible for the shutdown, how are Democrats responsible for the ending of the shutdown? It is just weird. And here's the compilation I saw of liberals just melting down over the reopening of the government.
Well, it looks like Democrats are caving to Donald Trump and the Republicans.
We have breaking news right now. Senators have reached a deal to reopen the federal government, with some suggesting that Democrats are caving.
Oh my God.
So it appears the Democrats are caving.
I should have played a warning before that clip. This was so hard to watch. Holy smokes. I do apologize. But you know what? 40 days of finger pointing, all essentially wasted. They're pretty much right. And things have gone so bad that Democrats from everywhere are calling for Chuck Schumer to step down as minority leader. Like this one viral post right here. Look at this. Has over 300,000 views and over 25,000 likes. It is just wild. Even The View is talking about this. Look at that. It says that Chuck Schumer's days are over and that he needs to go. So it is absolutely insane to see Democrats rip each other apart this way. But I think everyone is just equally frustrated with how this all played out. The federal workers who were furloughed, people who worked without pay, travel and airport inconveniences, SNAP benefits that have been lapsed, and so forth. And for what? Sagar from Breaking Points says the longest shutdown in U.S. history for literally nothing. It miserated tens of millions and melted down air travel for a deal that was on the table from the beginning. My goodness. And just as Democrats are setting each other on fire, President Trump had something to say about Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene for being critical of President Trump's 50-year mortgage plan and grocery prices in the Oval Office. Check this out.
Earlier today, Marjorie Taylor Greene, who is a big ally of yours, said that she would rather see you focused on nonstop domestic policy meetings here at the White House instead of nonstop foreign policy meetings. What's your response to her saying that, and also saying that grocery prices are up and not down, as you've said?
Yeah, so I don't know what happened to Marjorie. She's a nice woman, but I don't know what happened. She's lost her way, I think. But I have to view the presidency as a worldwide situation, not locally. I mean, we could have a world that's on fire where wars come to our shores very easily if you had a bad president. We had a horrible president, and we ended up with Russia, Ukraine, and we ended up with other disasters, too. Don't forget, I put out 8 wars, 9 to come. I think I'll get the other one taken care of, but I put out 8 wars. And look at the damage that Russia, Ukraine has done to us as a country. I mean, we spent $350 billion. We're not spending any money anymore. Now they pay us through NATO. You know, I got NATO to go from 2% to 5%. Well, that's very important. When you're president, you really sort of have to watch over the world because you're going to be dragged into it. Otherwise, you're going to be dragged into a world war. I think if I weren't president, first of all, that war would have never happened if I was president. And if I weren't president, that war could have led to World War III. It won't. It's not going to anymore. But when I first got in, I said, wow, this situation could lead to World War III. And I got NATO together. I got everybody together. But with all of that, I passed a great, big, beautiful bill, which is the biggest tax cuts in the history of our country. So when somebody like Marjorie Taylor Greene, who's now catering to the other side, I don't know what, I guess she's, got some kind of an act going, but I'm surprised at her.
Yeah, I really don't think MTG has an act going like many other people do believe. But here's my hot take. I don't like infighting. And it feels like there's been a lot of it lately, from Ben Shapiro to Tucker Carlson to MTG to whoever. I would actually prefer it if everyone's energy would be focused on the battles that matter, the battles that push humanity forward. But while that's all happening, Mamdani's New York City is quietly falling apart, one decision at a time, because look at this. He just announced his new chief of staff. Take a look at this.
And I would now like to introduce my chief of staff, L. Bisgard Church.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor-elect. My name is L. Bisgard Church, and I am so proud to stand here to accept the role as Chief of Staff for the incoming Mamdani administration.
The Mamdani administration. I am not ready for this one. I really am not. And guys, the caption here reads that this woman is a socialist from California with what? With no real world experience. Wow. Doesn't that sound so great? Doesn't that sound so beneficial for the residents of New York City, the financial capital of the world? Holy smokes. It's also worth mentioning that this comes after Zohran's recently announced all-female transition team, right? This post has actually received some major backlash from people like Piers Morgan, where he asks Zohran what a woman is. Yeah, definitely hilarious. The question that Democrats have failed to answer for the past 5 years. But this actually does get a little bit more ironic, because look at this. While Zohran is talking about how this is a new era for New York City, he also appoints Dean Fuleon, the same guy who served as Bill de Blasio's first deputy mayor. Yep, a new era indeed, right? A new era that is led by the old guard. It is wild. Also, as the days go by, so do the chances that Mamdani never opens a single socialist city-owned grocery store. Look at this. On Polymarket, traders are giving the idea a 75% chance that it never happens. Wow. That is insane. I also wanted to share this post that recently went viral. It has been debunked, but I thought it was interesting to share nonetheless. Look at this. This is Mamdani's New York City. Yesterday, I walked past this line with thousands of illegal immigrants waiting for a $500 check plus free food. The question is, where is the funding for this coming from? And I'll just play it a little bit. Right. So this video has been debunked. It's not true at all. But the reason why I wanted to share it is it does make you wonder, right? Is this a testament of the values that Mamdani pushes? Is this a foreshadowing of what's to come? And the fact that this went like mega viral just is very telling that this is the character of Mamdani. These are the values that he actually pushes forward. And I just think that is very, very interesting. Anyways, that is the video. I'd love to know what you think about all this. And you know what? Tell me, what's worse? The experiment in New York City where no one has any experience at all, or the Democratic experience right now where all hell is breaking loose from Democrat commentators to the minority leader, Chuck Schumer? All right, tell me what you think about all this in the comment section. And hey, if you made it this far, please like, subscribe, turn on the bell, and I will see you all next time. Have a good rest of your day. Episode's over already? Geez, that was fast. Well, they say beautiful things do not last forever, but feel free to watch and listen to another one of these episodes if you're interested in those conversations as well. Also, this next part is huge. Make sure to obliterate that like and subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never skip a beat. I also have a newsletter where we dive into the news, politics, and ideas that shape our future. If you're interested in signing up, I'd really appreciate that. Anyways, that's the end of this episode. Thank you so much for watching and listening, and I'll see you next time.